I'm Wally.
And I'm Dave.
Welcome to another segment in our series on PVC. So in this segment, we're going to go over welding. We're going to go over hand welding, basically, in this segment. So we have single ply. We have different single places. We have TPO. We have PVC.
Yes.
So the tools we're going to use to weld PVC is the same as TPO, right?
Yeah.
Heat gun, roller, probe, scissors.
The whole 9 yards.
Now there is a difference between welding TPO and welding PVC.
Right.
Can I weld PVC to TPO or vice versa?
You're good, but you're not.
Yeah, it's not going to work out, right?
Uh-uh.
The other thing, and what do you always say? What is TPO and PVC made with?
Besides love,
Besides love?
it's made with heat.
Heat.
Right.
So does TPO like heat?
No, TPO does not, but PVC loves heat. Yeah.
So when we do our trains, we always kind of harp on guys, you don't really need to weld on 10 when you're welding TPO.
Right.
PVC, you can crank this dude up to 10 and weld all day long.
Absolutely.
Because it loves heat.
Mm-hmm.
So we have our standard sheet here, and we have our key sheet. So what is a guy, if he's welding PVC, what should he look for?
Smoke and bleed out.
Smoke and bleed out.
Right.
In that order?
Sure, why not?
Can you overheat PVC?
You can.
So we're going to kind of go over that and show what overheated looks like versus a properly heated seam. To me, it's easier to teach guys that know how to weld TPO and put them on a PVC job, because if a guy that's all he's ever done is weld PVC and you throw him on a TPO job, odds are what's he going to do?
He's going to burn it.
He's looking for smoke and bleed out.
Yep.
So I'm going to weld this, and you're still doing a 2-pass weld when you're hand welding. This is our standard. This is the key here, correct?
Correct.
So we're going to weld the standard sheet here. So notice the smoke.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say that.
So if you're going to weld PVC, you better do it in a well-ventilated area. Don't try and do this in your garage or your shop unless you got good ventilation.
Right. You're smoking it pretty good there, Wally.
Yep. See, there's my pre-weld.
Pre-weld.
I'm going to turn this down even a little bit. Okay, now here's what we really don't want to see. What am I doing here, Dave? What do you think is wrong with this weld?
You are overheating it. See the yellow and the black?
And I've really got way too much bleed out, right?
You do, absolutely.
Now I'm going to go show maybe not enough bleed out. So I'm really not seeing any bleed out in there at all, am I?
No.
So another thing, when you're welding PVC, this is going to build up on your nozzle. You're constantly, with a wire brush, cleaning this off. On that robot, every seam you weld, you're going to have to clean that nozzle off. All right, now here's what we're looking for here.
Yeah, all you want is maybe a 1/16 of an inch, Wally. Maybe a little bit more, something like that. But that looks perfect from back here.
So again, we've got like Goldilocks and the Three Bears: too hot, too cold, and just right.
Just right.
That's what we're looking for.
Yep.
So that was our standard sheet, correct?
Correct. Here's
This
your
is our key. Again, I'm still doing the same 2-pass weld. How wide is a weld are we looking for, Dave, on PVC?
1.5 inches.
Inch to inch and a half?
Yeah, 2 inch would be max.
Okay, I've got a little buildup on there. I'm just going to go ahead and clean out, because if you don't clean that buildup off there, what'll happen is it'll start getting in your weld. Okay, now I'm going to do my finish weld. I notice there is smoke, but there's not as much as with our standard sheet. You could force more bleed out by just more pressure on that roller, but you don't need a lot of pressure. Now, another question we always get asked, this has been cut, Dave.
Right.
So when I'm done with this, do I need cut edge sealant?
No, with PVC you don't need cut edge sealant because you have the bleed here, and the bleed is sealing that edge.
So it's actually flowing and sealing that edge off.
Right.
So again, this is the bleed out we're looking for.
Nice job.
So stay tuned to our next segment. We're going to go over robot welding, which is, again, another different
Different way to weld, but it's still the same machinery.
Exactly.